Yes, yes, yes. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Guys, Steve from Milan Weekly Podcast, an honorary member of Milan Club Montreal. I did not take over Milanista Non Evoluto's YouTube page. Alessandro so graciously gave me the opportunity to be on this show today, where we have some fantastic guests from all over North America. Milan Club Boston represented today. There's going to be Milan Club Toronto, New York, Philadelphia, and of course Alessandro himself, who's going to be on the show today, where we're going to do a little question and answer between all of us here in North America. And for his Italian-speaking audience, cari amici sportivi, grande piacere di essere su questo YouTube channel qui dal Nord America per discutere un po' del Milan con questa grande gente qui in Nord America, Milan Club Boston, Toronto, New York, Philadelphia e Alessandro. Guys, look, I'm going to get straightforward. I'm not someone who's very starstruck, but for me, it's a real honor to be on Alessandro's YouTube channel. For anybody English speaking who doesn't know who Alessandro Jacobone is a fantastic Milan fan, great ambassador of Milan, both in Italy and connecting with us here in North America. And he has a fantastic YouTube channel, guys, that we're going to show you all about. And I cannot really put into words how great Alessandro is and his passion for AC Milan. So, of course, Alessandro, the professional that he is prepared with his own video to tell you what Alessandro does.
News, attualità, una radio a voi dedicata e tante iniziative per i tifosi, senza dimenticare l'immancabile calciomercato, tutto in salsa strettamente rossonera, un canale al 100% milanista, per vivere, condividere e discutere insieme della nostra passione comune.
And again, like I promised, guys, not only did Alessandro pick the best looking guy in North America, he also invited another 4 fantastic looking people and himself. Hey, Alessandro, I'm looking at the comments here and people got scared. They're used to seeing you when you come on with Milanista Non Evoluto, and they saw me, Barbone del Canada, Stefano Polillo. Guys, I'll introduce myself. My name is Stefano Polillo. I go by Steve. I'm a Milan fan. I love and I'm diehard Milan fan. I am vice president of Milan Club Montreal, along with Presidente Marcello, the mythical Marcello. People will know. For everybody in Italian, guys, this guy is fantastic, doing some great work. I'm joined on the show today with Alessandro himself. As you saw, guys, from Alessandro's video, look, guys, this is not Alessandro in his basement like myself and Milan Weekly Podcast. This is Alessandro on TV, Alessandro with Milan Legends, Alessandro at San Siro. Guys, this is a YouTube channel that brings content, yes, in Italian, and of course, he's invited us to do a little bit in English, but connecting Milan with what everybody here in North America would love the parent company to do with North American fans. So thank you, Alessandro. And if I can introduce everybody, and then I'll leave you a little bit of wiggle room for you to talk a bit on your own show. So to everybody's screen, to my left is David Fante from Milan Club Philadelphia.
Hi, everybody.
I'm David from Milan Club Philadelphia.
David, guys.
What do you want to know?
He's a shy guy. He's a shy guy.
Incredibly.
And David today is missing the first lady. We would be remiss not to introduce Angie, the first lady, Milan's wife, another very, very hardcore Milanista fan. To David's,
absolutely.
To my further left, going towards Alessandro, we have Franco Cumbareciccio from Milan Club New York.
Hi everybody, ciao a tutti. Thanks for having me.
Of course, Alessandro, Franco from New York, he has to have the jerseys in the back. He has to show his collection of jerseys. If everybody follows Frank, you know that his collection of jerseys is fantastic. We're gonna skip Alessandro. We're gonna leave him till the end. At the bottom, I'm gonna butcher your name. You know that I screw up Hakan Chananobolobolu, Bakayakokoko. I screw up. So we have Arjun. Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah, Arjun. Yeah, I'm Arjun
from Milan Club San Francisco, and he's special to me because I'm a 49ers fan. So,
all right. Well, thanks for having me on the show. Excited to be here. Milan fan for 25 years, so very happy to be with this elite crowd.
Elite, very nice, very good. Top points for you. To Arjun's right, we have Nick from Milan Club Boston, who I have to correct everybody is Canadian by birth.
Yeah, that's true. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Nick is shy as well. And last, for the guests, before we go to the host of everything, is Sabrina, the first lady of Milan Club Toronto.
Hi, everyone.
You need to know that is the first lady that approached to this platform, YouTube channel. And awesome. I was like looking for someone like to put like some pink color to close to our like red and black color. So, but it's not easy to look for ladies that in Italy are like so fan of soccer first of all, and crazy as like AC Milan. You met yesterday one like Lucia that is of course one very passionate like fan of AC Milan. But anyway, like it's very tough sometimes. Like the stadium is the way to escape from women. So we leave women at home and we escape the stadium. But I agree. I appreciate that in the other countries, the girls, like the women's side, like are like powerful and focus on the AC Milan news and updates. So great, Sabrina, because I follow you and I know that you work very well.
Excellent. And last is, again, the host of the channel, who's given me the host for today, Alessandro Jacobone.
Thanks, Steven, for introduction. Will make me feel like shy. Things that I'm not at all, but you spent so many good words. Now, first of all, I started like with this channel because I love to put the face in front of and to show that behind the social network that put the people together and avoid the distance that sometimes like is painful for you that would like to stay in the stadium every day to drink a coffee in Casa Milan building or just talk with 1,000 of Rossoneri's fan. And so I thought after so many years of social, and we have like an example, Franco I met him like in
8 years ago.
8 years.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. 8 years ago. I have the frame that they gave to me and whatever. It was the beginning of the social network like connection between fans.
Yep.
But who is following me like so far like knows that for me the priority is always being like the supporters. And the supporters that are coming from or supporting from so far as you do like needs and deserve like more attention. Not because like you value more than someone that is like behind the corner, but your passion is stronger because it's not easy. First of all, because in America and Canada is not the first sport ever, so it's not even easy to be updated like by video or by TV, simply like by TV. And second, because like when I want to go to San Siro I take like the car, in 15 minutes I'm in front of the best stadium ever. And when I want to buy a jersey, I go to Casa Milan and I see thousands of that. And when I want to speak with the friends, it's easy for me to do it. For you, it's different, not complicated, but just a bit different. And when you have the chance, like to get in contact with AC Milan, to explain to them even your needs, because your needs are different from the needs of the other supporters in Europe or in Milan, in Italy, basically. And when I see and when I meet people like you, and I feel the passion, like coming like Wi-Fi, like on air, like in this way, like I feel a must, like to give it, to dedicate like time, my attention, my friendship, and all the things that I can do for you and for your clubs. This is the reason why we open like one radio like Radio Rossonera. This is the reason why we have an association like Milanisti 1899. That's the reason why I do many kilometers to meet like the Milan clubs around Italy. I'm sure that in few months I'm gonna take also the flights to see also Milan's clubs around the world. And as soon as this bullshit like coronavirus is gonna disappear forever, I'm gonna reach you, because I would like to see Canada and the United States as well, because it's so far that I don't come back to. So thanks to all of you to be part of this show, because it's gonna be fun. I'm here for you.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's get into it. If you give me the opportunity, Alessandro, I'd like to. You said an important thing, right? For us in North America or around the world, there's certain things that AC Milan can do that can help us grow the passion of AC Milan. So for everybody that's here, and yourself, Alessandro, you know, myself, I'm a big advocate of not only AC Milan but of calcio in Serie. And a small example would be, let's get right into it, guys. It's not a hidden thing. The jersey. So yesterday, Milan released their brand new 2021 jersey. And I'm going to be a little bit controversial here. What I didn't understand is how this jersey could be released and not be available to fans all over the world right at that minute. We're in an age now in 2020 where this can happen, right? Your sales of your jerseys are not only domestic, but they're worldwide. You know, I see Chicho over there for Kumbare Frank. He's ready to buy that jersey. He would buy it now if we'd have it available, right? So, and everybody else on the show too. We're gonna start with you, Franco, just because I know you're an avid jersey collector. You love the history of it, and it's something that I like too. What did you think about Milan's release of their 2021 jersey?
Well, as far as the marketing and the release of the jersey, I thought they did a very good job with the launch. And I think the sales of the shirt in the first 2 days, you know, speak for itself, because, you know, the sales at launch were up 1,700% from last year. I thought that was an incredible number. As far as being available in North America, yeah, it's a little tough to have to wait a little longer unless you're going to buy it directly from the Milan site, which I do recommend, you know, if it's something that you can afford. However, there's a lot of people who simply don't want to pay this 17 euros extra just to get it directly from the site. You know, we have partners here in New York, as you guys do in Montreal and in Toronto, that we have retailers that we like to form a relationship with, and the shirt wasn't available to them right away. My theory on that is perhaps Puma is trying to protect their products, as are, you know, Adidas and Nike and stuff. The problem is that certain people cannot be trusted, and I don't blame the supplier for that, because you see how many shirts and pictures and things get leaked on social media, and if some guy has it in his stock room in the back of a store, he's going to be inclined to take a picture of it and put it, you know, send it to a friend who sends it to a friend who then puts it on social media. I understand that side of it. But in this day and age, the picture of the shirt is going to be out anyway. So perhaps, you know, there's a way for them to figure that out.
Yeah. David, what about you?
That's a good. No, I wanted to answer because it's something that it's the first time that I approached to this problem, and I hear like about it, and I took note now on paper because, of course, like the reasons that you underline are like right. Like, I mean, you know, the spoiling in this business is a problem. Is a problem. Yep. First of all, because one of the reasons why like we had like this improving that is about like 1,700% more, and is because they work very well. The shirt, the jersey is amazing. The time now is good because we are winning, so there is also the positive vibes in the supporters, but even because like the people is like appreciating the quality. That's and correct. Also the surprise that they have done, because they, I mean, foot headline was like spoiling, but was not exactly the same with also the hair like for like on the shoulders or other details that make it like very, 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 very high quality. And I have a short video of Andrea, my colleague that works for my page, and on the live or last night. Even if you don't understand Italian, you can see how he's managing like the jersey, showing like in a promo all the details, and is a very, 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 very high quality. Also for people that does jogging and is proud to run in the park, in the Central Park, for example, for Franco that is from here, and wearing like a shirt that is very high quality, also for the dry cell kind of texture that permits like to don't sweat too much and to don't keep humidity on your body. That's an amazing thing, and is a very high quality product. About the no spoiling, I guess there is also the solution. I mean, airports have like stocks like where you can put the things and keep it safe, even things that have a value. So I don't think that AC Milan could have a problem to send to the airports and to deliver in the night when no one can spoil that much the product. I think that they should, if they don't, but I'm going to pass the message to the managers, to the commercial one, and the suggestion to avoid this kind of the problem and to see if they can fix it, because I think they can do it like easily without no great like problems like to, you know, of logistic stuff or whatever. It's question of like sending somewhere in a closed box till one date, and after deliver it like in the night in the stores, and create like the hype, you know, the hype also for the Americans people. That, I mean, there is thousand people that goes in front of Apple store to buy the new phone, iPhone, whatever. They should do with the AC Milan, because we are special as well.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a great segue, right? Like, Milan fans, we're not we're not 20 years ago, 30 years ago, where we don't know what's happening with the other teams, right? We see here, for an example, here a retailer here in Montreal, which is Evangelista Sport, who has endless amounts of products of different teams, right? When we say, you know, Milan is not available, but then you look to the racks and you see the Manchester City jersey available and their stuff available, that raises some questions, right? Is it really Puma? Is it really just AC Milan not understanding why North America needs to have it at the same time? Or is it just we missed the boat, right? And I think that if that would have been made available in North America, I don't think it would have doubled the percentage of sales, but I think it would have done a little bit of an increase to that number as well. So the average soccer fan and the hardcore soccer fan want the merchandise, right? That's the business that the fan can connect to the most besides going to the game. And if Milan and the partners and the suppliers haven't understand that North America is a huge buyer of merchandise and sports gear, no matter what it is, then unfortunately we have bigger problems than just not having the jersey available, right? So let's continue, because there's an architectural feel to this jersey, and hey, we have an architect here. And David, I would love to know what you think of the pattern on the jersey.
I thought it was interesting. I like how they're tying it back to the floor pattern at the crossing of the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele, which is, aside from the Duomo, is the other just kind of iconic building there in central Milano. I'm very happy from what I've seen in terms of the official images that have been out there more recently, instead of the leaked photos that have been out there for a couple months now. But I think the pattern is a little more subtle than I thought it was on some of the earlier photos, where some of the contrast was really pumped up pretty high, and it looked almost too just aggressive, I would say. But I think from everything else I've seen, the pattern is pretty nice, and I love when they make that kind of connection to the city and the environment. Exactly. Yeah. There was one article that I read that actually had a very nice kind of bird's eye view of the crossing, where you see the pattern right there under the glass dome. And so, you take an abstraction of that and you put it as a pattern on the fabric. And I just think it's very elegant. There are a couple other details of the shirt that I think could have been done a little bit differently. I hope that there was like some kind of termination or black before the red stripes got up to the actual collar. And Franco and I talk about collars all the time. He knows my opinions on that, and that's something that I'm sure we'll continue to discuss this season as well. But other than that, I think overall it's I like the proportions. I prefer these stripes over the very thin ones. And you put an architectural element in there, and you're going to take my money. So it's all good.
You see, already Alessandro, another sale lost because David wasn't able to buy it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not getting into my pocket because, like, the thing is that I'm promoting so much, like, Compra Originale, original products. Right. I know that is not a problem for you, because it's in your mentality to buy original products. But here is like cancer for. Seriously is a huge problem. Is a huge problem. What I really don't understand is the licensing of the product that not yesterday, but since years and years in front of the stadium they sell like the fake one with the permission, the fake one but with the permission. So they are allowed to sell like bullshit things. When I don't know. Yesterday, one guy like that is from the south of Italy, from Calabria, considered him like himself to be far from San Siro. Now he doesn't know that you are like 10,000 kilometers far. But anyway, like he says, I buy the T-shirt, the original one, because I feel like close to. I feel part of it, But unfortunately, in Italy, if you can avoid, like, you feel smart. I feel idiot when I do it. And I probably one of the few that buys also original products, like software, even to do like some clips, like to produce like my videos or whatever. Nothing is like with hacking or whatever, but because I respect, probably because I work in the fashion business and I know how painful it is for the companies when that. And in this case, you should consider that if you don't buy original products, is a mess and is a problem for the revenue that Gazidis wants, that Fair Play Finanziario wants, that we need. We need to improve also the players' like quality and the money available for the transfer market. So that's why I seriously appreciate all of you that buy every season like original product, and you do like you sacrifice like a lot of money for that.
Right, and if I may, just one more point, Ale, you were talking about it's a problem in Italy with the the shirts that are sold outside of the Bancarelle and stuff. There's a similar issue in the rest of the world, and it's not just in North America. The issue with unoriginal shirts in North America and East Asia especially, and people selling shirts online, is that they look real, but they're not. So they're actually putting the Puma logo on them, and they're putting the sponsors, and people are passing off fake shirts as real. And if you know the intricacies of a shirt, you're able to spot the differences. But there are people who are not, and they think they're buying real shirts. And there's even retailers out there that are now pulling a fast one on their customers, which is simply not acceptable.
Yeah. But, so that's consideration suggests me to suggest you as a club and having followers to teach them like how to buy original product.
Yep.
Okay. So it's important. It's important you do with your followers, with the people, with your audience. You teach them, like, as much as I invite people to buy Compra Originale, I suggest you like to do it because it's a good service that also AC Milan and Puma could appreciate. But anyway, like it's something that your follower could appreciate. To don't be like, you know, fucked up, like because they brought spending dollars like for bullshit jersey, like a fake one, like a replica. I don't know, like it's like cheating your team basically. That's what I feel. So I don't think that is nice. I don't think that is helps you out like to improve and to feel smarter. So I always invite to wait for the sales, like with the discount if you can afford, because I'm not in the position to judge what you have to buy, how much you have to spend. No, but what I do, and I suggest, if you don't have like 100 or 200 years or dollars, like to buy the T-shirt, like the jersey, whenever you buy a pen, I don't know, block notice, I bought in the supermarket. I had like a 1.99 book in one side to take a note, like for grocery or whatever, and the original one like for €1.20, like 30 cents of different, more or less. I bought the original one. That's because I wanted to, of course, don't speak good and act bad. So I always do like this. So whatever you buy original products, because that's the most important things.
Yeah. Let's get Sabrina's comments on the jersey. I'm curious to know from a woman's eye how this jersey looks.
Well, the jersey is absolutely beautiful, but in addition to not having availability of the jersey, a real struggle that I've had over the years is not being able to get a women's fit in the jersey. And I have never found anywhere in Canada that I could get that jersey, even in a women's fit. And I don't know if you guys know, but the fit from a male jersey to a female jersey is extremely different. And when you put on that jersey, you want to feel comfortable. You want to go out with it. You want to be able to, if you want to go for a run with it, or if you want to go to the club and watch the game, you want to feel comfortable. So to be able to have that without having to, like Frank said, order from Italy and have to pay all the duties that come along with it, there are a lot of female supporters in North America as well that want to be able to put on that authentic AC Milan jersey and feel proud to wear it.
Yeah.
Another note on
my page.
If I could add to that, in addition to that, Sabrina, I think it's only the home jersey that's available on the online AC Milan store website. Yeah, you don't even have the option for the second jersey or the third jersey. It's the same issue that Angie's had here in Philadelphia.
Another thing that I suggested, to AC Milan. Now I'm trying to understand with the changing of managers, because the communication manager is probably changing soon and everything. So I'm trying to restart the connection in order to talk also about kids, because there is the kids from 8 years old, but Puma needs to know that the work of a father, the father work, starts before. earlier, because when you have when you are 8, you already choose your team. And if you are going to school, and if Juventus is winning 9 championship in a row, and Inter buys whatever top players and talks about Messi, whatever, and is playing in Champions League, whatever, for AC Milan's father, it's very hard and tough, to keep him close to AC Milan colors. And if you don't do when you grow up, and you're seriously virgin, in all the sides, and you wait that this kid is going to school, when he's in the middle of the schoolmates, you cannot get in anymore. He's lost.
Yep.
He's lost. Yep. He's lost. So that's why I suggest so many times, but I will do once again, I suggest them to produce, even for youngest, people and kids 4 years old, 6 years old at least, okay? Because that is the time where you take it and you start to sing him a song and whatever, and showing pictures, your picture in the stadium, your picture at San Siro, and showing the videos and whatever. That's it's the perfect time to create AC Milan supporters.
Yeah, get them early. Get them early. Nick, what about you?
Yeah, I love the jersey. I'm definitely going to buy it. I'm also waiting to see what the away and the third kit will look like. But yeah, just going back to having it available over here. I know I'm I'm a numbers guy, so when having it only being available on the Milan store in Italy, it's all in euros, and I always look at the exchange rate. So I don't know. It's not par, but I know the US dollar is a bit weaker than the euro. So this is just my personal preference, but I'd prefer to wait till it gets over here so I could just buy it in the US dollar. I know you could do the conversion on there, but
and it's important, right? So your US dollar is weak compared to the euro, and our Canadian dollar is weak compared to the US dollar and the euro. So you can imagine, myself and Sabrina looking at quite a pretty penny for this jersey. And again, it's not like Puma is just set up in Germany and Italy, and they have nothing anywhere else. They have the infrastructure to be able to support that. And now again, with COVID and a lot of these retailers going to an online version of their business, for me, Alessandro, you could jot this note down from Canada. There's no excuse that it's not available in North America. It cannot. There's no excuse that they can give me that I could say, oh, well, that makes sense. No, because it doesn't. Because the Manchester jersey is available, and it's coming from the same side of the pond, except it's coming from England and not from Milano, right? We'll end with Ajun from the West Coast. I know you guys, you love the surf and you love everything that's hot. Tell us what you think about that jersey.
Not in Northern California. Maybe in SoCal they surf, but I mean, I agree with everyone else. I think I'm waiting to order the shirt. I just got to figure out what to get on the back, but I think
nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
That is the best
because
one to get.
the jersey is for you and AC Milan.
No
players matter. No players matter. I can do a new hashtag. So no players name matter. Whatever. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just building on everyone's points. I think the one other thing I would say is you look at what's going on, right? Somebody made a point about the Man City jerseys. I mean, I think what ends up happening with these stores is there's a bunch of teams that are dominating Europe. They end up putting those shirts out because they think they will sell. They're probably right. And I'll speak for America, not for the world, but in the US, a bunch of people buy shirts without knowing the history of the team. They just go buy the team because they saw a Champions League game for the first time, or they just like the color of the shirt. And for me, that is the biggest missed opportunity for Milan is when the team is not doing well and they're not naturally attracting a bunch of fans in North America, what they need to be doing is artificially attracting fans and building the next fan base by educating them on the, shouldn't say artificially, but like use other means. Like the team is not a strong sporting team today, but it has a rich history. It is probably the best fan base in North America and the world, especially online. You got to leverage that and create the next set of Milan fans. I have a nephew. Funnily enough, his name is Milan, but he's born here. He's 9 years old, and now he makes me buy every Milan jersey and give it to him. He's between his name being Milan, he's just gotten very attached to it, and so you just got to cultivate these next set of fans, and I think that is the big missed opportunity for me for Milan as a club.
Yeah, and it's a good segue to my next question. Now that we talked about the jersey, guys. Again, everybody knows me. I'm also an advocate of Frank Kombaricic is laughing already, right? So you said, Arjun, you brought up a great point. They splash out the baby blue of Manchester City. Guys, no offense to Manchester City, but Manchester City is it cannot be compared to AC Milan, and it will never be compared to AC Milan. Because of our history, right? But what Manchester City's luck is that they have an owner that had unlimited funds and was able to buy a team and build and win domestically, but not win anywhere else. But the big thing is that Manchester City is also part of the EPL, and the EPL had a fantastic idea of teaming up with NBC Sports in North America and basically creating this illusion that the EPL was the best league since sliced bread. And we all know, and I'm not going to talk for you guys know my opinion. For me, the EPL is basically a very athletic, to be as respectful as I can, athletic league where it's a lot of kicking and it's a lot of dumping and chasing. And you know what? Their marketing department is the best in the world. If I would be as rich as Alessandro, my first purchase would be the marketing team of EPL to start a business, because they've made that look like as if it's the best league in the world. And they've convinced everybody that it's the best league in the world. And for me, it's not. For me, and it's not because I love Milan. It's for me, my staple point and my university for calcio is Serie A. Because you go there to get your university degree. It's the saying that everybody has always been heard. You play everywhere else, but you come to Serie A to receive your doctorate or your university degree. Has Milan and Serie A missed a humongous opportunity with not linking up with any of these big cable providers or networks, cable networks in the United States or in Canada, North America, to promote their game even more than what we try to do, as little as we do with our own individual clubs and how we do it. We'll start with Sabrina on this one. I'd like to know your take on that.
Well, Steve, because we have to watch the games through DAZN because that's who has the rights in Canada. And last season they acquired the rights for the Premier League. So I was interested to see how they were going to handle the rights for the Premier League versus the way they handle the rights for the Serie A. And it's just night and day. Like when they put stuff out on social media, 99% of the stuff they put out is about the Premier League. They have halftime shows. They have a pregame show. They have postgame analysis. They're constantly showing stuff about the Premier League. With the Serie A, and I'm sure you can sympathize, when it's halftime, I just have to mute it because they just run through stats from other leagues. There's no content.
Or the terrible music. They've done something. Sorry to cut you off, Sabina, but it's important we say this. They've done something that I think I thought throughout all my childhood would never be done. They have worse music than Rai.
Yes.
They have worse music at halftime than Rai. And you know what, Alessandro? You don't get to see it because you catch the zone in Europe, but everybody can tell you the zone here in North America for Canada, there's no pregame show, nothing leading up to the game. At halftime, there's no coverage. After the game, there's no coverage. What happens is, if EPL is on at the same time as Serie A, you got to dig very deep to go find the Serie A game. Everything EPL. Even if you have Wigan against San Giovanni di Bosco in the third division, that's going to be ahead of Milan Inter. So that's the trouble that Serie A doesn't know. doesn't know what's going on here in North America, you know, and it translated into something a little bit more this week as well, where they had someone actually from I'm going to say the network because I really don't care, from ESPN who basically made a very smart comment about Ibra scoring 2 goals against Sampdoria, basically comparing Serie A to the MLS, you understand? So what he did in MLS and what he's doing here. So that's the negative publicity that Serie A is getting, even though they have this contract with the zone. And again, it's not something that's hidden. Myself, I tweet to them as well, get something pre-game, get something in the middle, and get something at the end. Even if you have to do it for 2 or 3 of the games, it's more. The English Premier League has a goal rush where they basically, you can stay on this channel and you can see it like as if you're watching Just del Gol. It's continuously, they're going through all the games, right? So again, it's a tough subject to bring up, but you know, this platform Alessandro gave us, it's important that we bring it up, and it's not to shit on or to say, hey, Serie A. It's basically for us to say, hey, Serie A, it's time for you to wake up. Because now EPL is with the zone. That's great. In North America, they're still with the NBC. Now you need to find something, right? So you need to find an avenue, right? So what about Nick, you in Boston? How tell us your experience with that in the States, right? So
I just want to, I hate to touch on this, but just the commentator the other day, if you guys saw on ESPN Plus, like, oh my gosh, it was horrible.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You know, Nick, it's a good thing, right? If that person who's commentating, and I'm not saying that they're going to be very comfortable with Serie A all the time, but there is people there, and I guess I know it's a bit contractual, and I think there's a lot of paperwork ahead of that to get the right person calling a game. But the person calling a game makes a humongous difference, you know. And North Americans, you know, I see Kumbarachichi is on the same page as me today, and David as well. It makes a big game, right? You know, Alessandro here for us in Canada, it's hockey, right? The commentator of a hockey game will keep you on that screen or make you change channel. For the guys in America, you know, NBA commentator, NFL commentator, and Major League Baseball commentator, they have to be knowledgeable. They have to be wanting to commentate this game. You understand? Not just because they're receiving a paycheck. And I'm not saying that they're doing that. I'm just saying there's no emotion. There's no, like Nick said, if you have trouble sleeping, sometimes you can put it on and maybe it'll rock you to bed, you know? So
let's put me to sleep.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I don't know. Just the other day was kind of the last straw for me. It's kind of like made me angry over the ever since they had it. I mean, there are some commentators that are great, like Matteo Benetti and Mr. Donaldson there, but just some of these other guys, it's just the presentation of like these matches. It's like all I'm hearing is the commentator. I know there's no fans in the stands right now, but I kind of like to hear what the players say and what some of the coaches are arguing over at each other. And it's just the whole presentation. Like you watch that and you're basically getting put to sleep by the commentator, not hearing any other sounds really. And then you turn to the EPL over here and it's like this huge, amazing presentation. And before and after the game, they'll talk about, the league. We'll talk about the league and the game for like hours afterwards. And they'll have a whole pre-game segment. It's just the whole presentation is just so much better.
No, but I think I understand you. I understand you. Even if I'm here, like I don't have any of this problem. When I approach to the match, especially when we were like competitive and close to important matches. But anyway, for me, like, the beginning of the day starts with I don't want to talk to that much. I want to inform about who the players are on the list that they're gonna get into the field. I'm gonna hear the last news, talk with people about the best squad like ever for the match. After I like a submarine, like I go under the water and I don't want to close the door. Big screen when I'm not like in the stadium. But for me, it's like I always say, I know that it's strong because some people that trust in God, like a lot can say, oh, come on, it's a sport. But it's a faith. Our faith is the faith. It's a normal faith. So you need to be concentrated. You need to have like respect. You don't go to church with a iPod and praying, listening Madonna's song. No, you need to turn off everything, like to be concentrated. If there is the priest, to listen what he says, and whatever, get in the immersion of the situation. With the match is the same. You want to smell the adrenaline before the match. You want to watch the match with the good comments because you are fucking prepared more than the commenters, like most of the time, and you're already pissed if you see someone and you hear like someone paid to say bullshits. And if you win or lost, you want to talk after the match and understand the reason why you lost, understand the reason why you won. Like you want to talk. It's like when you finish your nice dinner in a great restaurant and you wait, you take like your whiskey to relax and to be all together before to pay the bill. When you finish the last dish, you don't run after like, oh, come on, leave the table, go away. No, you need to appreciate the evening, you need to appreciate the atmosphere, the situation. So for the stadium or for the TV, for you that they are so far from the stadium, it's the same thing. So you need not just the first course, you need also the appetizer and the coffee with the whiskey after the main course. Yeah.
And let's introduce something else, okay? We're all here, we're all adults. Everybody's gonna know. We're gonna let the Italians know. There's a small little fix that could happen, okay? And it's this mythical Milan TV. Milan TV is this channel that no one can get. It cannot make its way from Milano to North America for some reason. Presidente has tried to explain me why. Again, I'm not the smartest person. I'm good looking, but I'm not the smartest. Why, Alessandro, do you think, and this is going to go to Arjun and Franco and David, would Milan TV help your experience with following your team and watching it day to day? And, even if there's a cost to it, whatever that cost may be, it has to be a cost that someone's affordable. It's not
a cost. It's an investment.
It's an investment.
It's not a cost. If you consider like a supporter a cost or a service for the supporter a cost, you need to change job. You cannot stay in Aldo Rossi building. You cannot work for AC Milan because otherwise we are in the shit. If you think that the cost is like, no, you need to improve. I already said like to them, like, thanks God there is the net. Thanks God there is the internet. Thanks God there is the IP that could control them, like, and help them like to give you a service and avoid others to get that service. There is like the chance with the technology to help you out to have like one straight channel, straight connection, pay it also if they want to have extra revenue. But I don't think that for the $5 a month more you're gonna die or you're gonna cry. No, I'm sure that you're gonna invest it if you can have like the appetizer and the after dinner coffee and whiskey. I'm sure about that. And now that is English speaking like website, we need and they need to improve, even because they have the quality. The media house guys, mostly of them, I know them. They are growing so fast. They are improving so fast. Pasquale Campopiano is creating videos for them and blah, blah, blah. He's into the team, whatever. He's working hard. Before we were chatting so many days together. Now I spoke with him yesterday after, I don't know how long, because he's always focused on producing good things. But they need to improve, and to give you like someone like that goes in front of the camera speaking in English, or at least putting English subtitles, because whatever you understand Italian, whatever, but you can, complete with the subtitles for the things that you don't understand, whatever. It's easy. There is the technology that now does automatically. I mean, I put a video in Italian in the YouTube. He's translating, of course, not that perfect, but anyway, he's translating like in real time, basically. So you can do it. It's not impossible. It's just that probably they need to focus more about what is the core target, like the clients. Because if we speak about stadium, if we speak about stores, commercial stores, if we speak about all the nice things that we can talk about marketing, but you don't cuddle like your supporters that are your customers, okay? Your customers, you need to care, because it's the only one business where a company doesn't need to follow the customers, but are the customers that they follow the brand.
Yeah, exactly.
If I open a company, I need to spend money for the publicity, create a good product and try to sell and have a competitor. When you are AC Milan, and there is like AC Milan supporters in the other side of the world, in Alaska, in the top of Alaska, he's looking for AC Milan everywhere, also in the glue, to see if he can buy like a jersey. So they have this kind of luck, and they have to use it to make it money to make to buy the players, and to make the supporters happy to spend the money. So that's the circle that they need to improve, because we need to improve. I show you like the T-shirt of Manchester City, but Manchester United as well. Manchester United didn't win for so many years. So basically, great history, but not winning at the moment. Anyway, when they do like also a friendly game in China, the stadium is red, completely red.
Yes.
All original product from Indonesian fans. They don't even know where Manchester is, you know. But as you said, the product is under their eyes. I didn't buy the jersey because I want to go to the store and fit it. I want to try it. I want to see if it's medium or large, because I'm skinny guy. If I put a bigger size, I look like the ghost of a Pac-Man game. So I don't want to do that. I want to fit, and I want to be proud to use it wherever I go, even the supermarket. And my girlfriend doesn't want, because I look stupid, a childish old man. But anyway, that is the pride to wearing a T-shirt, and that's what they need to understand 100%, because they didn't get yet as much as I want.
No, they didn't. What about you guys there in the States, Frank, David, Jun?
Okay, well,
I'm
just go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say, I'm a skinny guy too, Alessandro, and I like to go and try on the shirts. But so everything that we're talking about, I think, comes down to you distill it down, and the issue is that the league just has this mentality that cannot compete with the Premiership. I'm not even getting into La Liga, because La Liga is a little bit different. I think the league itself isn't on the same level as the Premiership, but you have two teams that are two of the best in the world and really well marketed. So I think, in order for AC Milan really to compete both on a merchandising level, but also on a televised level as well, and getting, into people's consciousness, getting into people's living rooms, it's going to take more work through the league, because that's what they're limited to. I mean, in some ways, I look at it like, when we're successful, we're popular, but I also think we're maybe too advanced from a marketing standpoint globally for Lega Serie A. The Serie A has this like kind of closed mentality that they're not willing to progress and put the product out there. I mean, I think you see from all of us here, we're willing to accept the product. We're willing to pay for it. It's not as available to us as it is for other teams in other leagues.
Yeah, there's also a stadium challenge, which is, obviously we can get into that, but, I think the experience of watching like Watford versus Hull is like so amazing on TV, not because of the quality of football, but because of the the cameras and the angles and the quality of the grass and
the production value, because a lot of it is touched up as well, right? And you're watching, you watch Benevento play, or you watch Milan playing away in a Coppa Italia game to a smaller team, and it's just not fun, right? Like you wouldn't watch it if you were a neutral fan, because the commentary is bad, the camera angles are bad. It's like how many Coppa Italia matches have you seen with the same angle? Like the whole match is like just you go left to right? And like there's no other angles being viewed, and it's just that's a league problem. That's not a Milan problem. Right. That's an Italian problem, right? And that has to be solved.
But I mean, like Rion, I don't know if you follow me, but I've been very, very tough with Italian soccer political, because I mean, basically even with the normal political people, because looks like if you're an idiot, you can be important here in Italy. And
it's not just Italy.
not just Italy. Okay, that's a good thing. Everywhere, whatever. But anyway, here we have special cases. The thing is that, as you see, you remember like Serie A when they did the ADV against the racist using the monkeys.
Yeah, I forget.
Come on, you're such, just to consider like a stupid idea like that makes like give you like the picture of the situation. But of course, we are like in the medieval age, because till now I understood that they were like comfortable, because the Italian supporters needs soccer as much the water and the air to survive. So it's easy to sell the product.
Exactly.
Now there is the competition because you can with the satellite TV, with the internet channels, with the people that has the chance to watch the Premier League, to watch the French League, the Bundesliga. You can compare. I have many guys, friends, followers that have the passion about players and others, season like other championships, and they know about soccer that even the sportive director of a Serie A, they don't know. They watch more games of professional people. They're supposed to do this to choose players for the Serie A team. So, because they're crazy, they watch like 24-hour like matches. So the customer now is not like before. It's not like Flintstone, Fred Flintstone. Now he's like he knows, he pretends, he wants, he compares. Like Premier League, I studied when what Arion said is completely right. They study how much the single like pitch is reflecting with the color, with the vibes of the color, like the saturation of the color on TV, because they don't care about who is going to the stadium. They care about the millions of people from all over the world that is watching from the couch. Okay, so from the couch, you can, if you go watch the Premier League from the couch, you enjoy the game better than the stadium, because you see a real color, like very like powerful color. You hear everything because there are microphones on the door of the goalkeeper, behind the goalkeeper, and whatever. Yeah. You can feel like when they walk on the grass, you hear the stepping of the grass,
right?
Like if you are like over there, and not even in the stadium, you are able to get that details. So the product is very high quality. It's a pleasure to watch whatever you are watching.
Right,
what leaders between the first and the second time.
If you're talking about North America, it's even easier because you're not dealing with any type of language barrier. And that's the advantage that the Premier League has had here in North America. So if you're Serie A, if you're Milan, okay, you should be trying extra hard to market. Not the opposite. Oh, we have the disadvantage. They have the language. We don't. Okay. If you're Milan TV, you should be trying extra hard. If you're Milan, you should be finding a way to get that content to people around the world. You should be working extra hard to do something that not many other teams are doing. Okay, maybe what are the teams out there that have their TV channel available around the world? Chelsea and Bayern Munich, and that's
Real Madrid, I think. Huh?
Real Madrid. Okay,
I think, guys, it's even worse than that. I think,
years ago.
if I'm not mistaken, I think Roma TV is available to everybody worldwide, right? So someone from Serie A.
But even
Roma
Roma
is working
even
very
Roma
hard.
fans don't watch that.
Roma is working very good. He's working very good. Even
Roma hired an English speaker to run their social media. Yeah. You know, with all due respect to Milan, they work very hard and they do some very good things. And they've improved their social media a lot. But there's sometimes where they release something in English where it's clearly not created by an English speaker. And, and the guy who runs the Roma page is very professional. He's funny. He's engaging. And he knows his audience outside of Italy. And that's an advantage that Roma has over Milan.
Franco, I want to break a lance for AC Milan team, because just to let you understand that one of the reason that I was praying for the continuity of the manager, but even the coach and the teammate, is because if you change every season, because you change the director, you change the head of the that drives the direction to the company, the company, the team. Every season is too complicated to get into the deepness and to fix this small problem compared to the AC Milan SPA company, but important for us, for you, and for is the details in the fashion. Is the details that makes the difference and makes the product luxury, So it's the same thing. AC Milan should offer, being one of the most important and glorious team, whatever, all over the world, is known to be one of the most important team in the world, is supposed to arrive first. I hope that now is getting close to this, and that's why I would like to Gazidis and this team to keep working. Of course, we are touching the shoulder to them, to say, check it, because
we do it too.
Yeah, no, I know. It's important, the pressure. It's important to put on the table even the solution for them, because. I understand also that it's not easy. I mean, if I'm rich and I want to buy a sushi bar, I can do it. I go, I sign it, and I buy a sushi bar. But if I go behind the kitchen and I try to prepare it, doesn't work that well. So the first thing that if I was buying a Japanese restaurant is to buy a Japanese cook to prepare the real Japanese food. So when I met Gazidis, the first day that was introducing to the shareholders, at the beginning of his arrival, in December, almost 3 years ago, I said to him, you need to act and prepare marketing and all the things American person. Produce be activated a British one, so very concrete person as a British, but you need to think as an Italian because you are in Italy. You need to be we are confused. Okay, we are messy person. Okay, we are but this is how we approach to our product, and AC Milan is Italian team in Italian product, and the same way that we live this passion. It's the same passion that you live from you have from New York or Canada, whatever, feeling Italian, because I hear that you speak Italian not just because you know how to speak Italian, because it makes you feel better when you speak about Milan, speaking also in Italian. So you push all your together to be close to your team. So your team, AC Milan, has a must to do all the things that are possible to come to you closer and closer and closer and closer. Also with these little, small, but huge details.
Alessandro, how much time do we have left? Tell me the truth, because I could talk forever.
No, but I mean, now we pass 1 hour, but we can stay also all the 30 minutes. So there is not
Okay.
like the time for me.
There's two other things. There's two other questions that if you give me the honor of asking our fantastic guests, I would love to know their opinion on. One is, we talk about, our separation from Milan is geographical, right? We're all here in North America, and in Italy, Alessandro, you're the only one here that has you can get in your car and you could go to San Siro. Let's put COVID aside because now we cannot travel. But when we do start traveling again, I've heard a lot of people saying it's very difficult to purchase a ticket to go to the San Siro. It's a very complicated process. So North Americans are not used to that, right? For us here to purchase a ticket, for Sabrina and myself, it's either to a Maple Leafs or a Montreal Canadiens game. It will be expensive, but it's not hard to do. Nicky has Boston Bruins, the New England Patriots. Frank has the Jets or the Giants. David has Phillies or the Flyers. And it's not that hard, right? So if I could go to David, because I know David and I think Franco, you too, you've gone through that process, and we'll start with David because he's organized already one successful trip, and the other one that wasn't successful due to this pandemic. But Dave, if you can tell your pain points to Alessandro and everybody listening in Europe on how to purchase a ticket, right, and the difficulties of that.
Well, I mean, for us, it's a little bit of an anomaly because we used our mutual contact at the team in order to help us purchase our tickets. So we had a group rate. We had I organized basically all the people and got all the information together and put the request in through someone that we know personally in the management, and so that was able to kind of help us through. But lots of times people reach out to me and to other people in our club asking if we can lead them in the right direction and help get tickets. And, it's always seems like there's a problem with purchasing tickets either through the website or through the app or something like that. Or, you can't use Visa or MasterCard or something that's really strange that shouldn't make it that difficult. And I think as North Americans, we're kind of spoiled with how easy it is for us. And it's a little bit of a culture shock. And this is one of those things that I think ties right back into the league really not being amenable or as advanced as other leagues in other parts of the world that makes it easy. I mean, there are people that want to spend money. These are missed opportunities. These are things that should be easy to here's my wallet, take it, and they're not doing it. So I can't explain why the issue.
I give you the word, like, because I had an experience like 3 or 4 years ago. It's been like with the Manchester United match, and I got like invitation from like a United friend that is living and studying here in Italy, but he wanted to bring me to Old Trafford to let me watch like a match, and we bought the ticket with the package that was like organized by internet, but by a travel agency. I mean, I bought a pack like Disneyland, the same. So I bought a hotel, I bought the ticket, stadium ticket, bus ticket, the pickup of the driver and whatever, and the hotel and everything, all the things with one credit card movement. I gave like I spent like I think 300 not years but sterlings, but anyway, and it's been a lot, but I didn't care because when I had the high quality transfer, no problem. I didn't have to think to anything. I arrived, I got to pick up, I went to the stadium, I watched the match, I slept, and the day after they brought me to the airport, and everything was like stamped with Manchester United. Thanks for coming. Thanks, goodbye, come again, and blah blah blah. I had to put in the spam because I got so many emails after that match that was saying, "Oh, let's come together with your friend. Let's come with your gay friend because it's like Pride Day or whatever." Whatever. They were a stalker, you know. But anyway, I had a good memory, and it's been a positive experience. So if I didn't have like a faith for AC Milan, probably Manchester United. And when I watch Manchester United logo, I have like some like sympathy, you know, better than the Chelsea or whatever, whoever like else team, because they did a good job, a good marketing and commercial job. So I think that could be easy for to organize, in order like to have like a kind of agency that organize for the North American people, you know, in order to have the connection to start from JFK airport altogether, to create like a situation that could be also gives you like the impression to be part of a movement of people, not one, not two, not 10, 30, 100, 200, taking a flight, one flight full of like the Milan clubs in Italy, they do with the bus, you know. You know, so make it like it's easy. I mean, it's easy. It's just to be organized, just to be, you know, well done and well organized. But it's not impossible.
That's the fan experience.
To go to Medjugorje, to go to Lourdes. They do, and they are like older than us. They have
years old.
Yeah, exactly.
My mother did it with my aunt. They left from Calabria. They made it to Medjugorje like it was nothing.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: as far as clubs go, it's fine. Like Dave mentioned it. If we wanted to put in the effort, we're blessed to have the connections, and if we really wanted to put in that effort, then we would make it work. The problem is people who message us because they see our follower count on Twitter and stuff, and some guy messages me from Denver, Colorado, and says, "Hey, I'm trying to buy tickets online and I can't. How do I do it?" And my answer to him is, "I don't have the answer for you," and that's a problem. Or people who message online and they say, "Hey, I'm in Italy. I want to go to the game tomorrow, but I can't buy tickets. I can't just walk up to the window and buy tickets." That's insane. That's insane. You'd rather leave the seat empty and people on TV around the world see that seat empty rather than a tourist who just wants to walk into the stadium tomorrow.
You know that how much is important. Bravo, Franco. Bravo, Franco. It's important that the stadium is full as much as we can. And I, on my pages, I organized by myself one like a kind of I had this idea, and I called Al Posto Mio, hashtag Al Posto Mio. That means that you take like the card for the season, and mostly of the people, like even from the south, they buy the card for the entire season because it's cheaper than to buy single tickets for the most important games. So Inter, Juventus, Napoli, whatever, right? You have like 3, 4, 5 games that you wanna watch. The others, you cannot spend like 200 euros every weekend, leaving the wife and the kids to take the bus to spend 2 days going to the stadium and coming back to Puglia because it's 1,000 kilometers by bus. No, you cannot do for Milan Sassuolo. You don't do it. You do for Milan Juventus, you do it for Milan Inter, whatever. In the other days, like in the other matches, that's it. It's empty. So what I organized, the exchanging of name for free between brothers. I mean, you cannot go. You give like you say, okay, I'm not going to Milan Sassuolo. I put my card available for another friend.
Right.
I use my platform, and I'm no one. And I do it. You know how many times I said to them to do it, to have a platform like a website where you see how many, you can get it, you go. You don't have money, and there is no one that is going to that seat. You go to the stadium, because it's important. The stadium and the AC Milan has to be approached from everyone, not just for rich people that goes to the theater. It's for, even if you don't have €1 in your pocket, you need to have the chance to watch the match in the stadium. And this is between brothers.
They're hung up on paganti. They're hung up on paganti instead of spettatori, and it's something that needs to change.
Exactly, it's changing because when you watch the TV, the empty seat gives a bad impression, like to people, to sponsors that invest on you. So that's a circuit. That's why I always push them. Okay, you don't give a shit about supporters. You think that we are idiots, like childish idiots that follow the passion, whatever. Think about your pockets. Think about your investment. Think about your business. Think about you need to improve the revenue of this club that now is in one of the last in the top clubs list for the revenue.
And it's important too is that empty seat. First of all, the ticket's paid for already, so you might as well put someone's ass in that seat. Second of all, that person that you're going to put in that seat will buy a beer, will probably buy something for nipote,
not at the
niece.
stadium, outside.
Outside, exactly. That's the problem. There's nothing inside.
That's another problem.
Right? That's another problem. Nothing inside, no merchandising inside. So it was a segue to the brand of Milan, right? So I know that we're an hour and 15 minutes in, so I had two questions. The one for the stadium, I wanted your opinions on the stadium. David's going to talk too long, so we're going to skip that one for the next one. My final question for you guys is, Milan, the brand that we've seen, and of course everybody knows that I'm very tough on Milan, a bit too tough sometimes. For me, I expect excellence from this club at all times, both on the business side and on the field. So let's go to the field a bit now, and I want to know. I'll start with myself, guys, and I'll just be as quick as I can. In terms of Milan this year, right? So failure or success, very simple like that. For me, guys, everybody knows I'm an advocate of it. And for me, this is a failure. It's a failure because we failed on the business side. We failed on the PR side. We failed on the field up until post-pandemic where this team did a complete 360. And unfortunately, I cannot take more of this from Milan and as a business and as a brand. This year has been so damaging to our brand because the only thing that we were talking about, instead of talking about rising talents like Benacer and talking about, a fantastic purchase of Rebic, which, started off bad but then got better, bringing back Ibrahimovic, no, we were talking about Rangnick and how Rangnick was going to take over and completely revolutionize Milan. And then, in the end, Rangnick doesn't come, and this man Pioli, who took over from Giampaolo, who was a mistake, and the administration and the direttori, everybody's going to make a mistake, but they fixed it with Pioli, and we were more of a show outside the pitch than we were a show on the pitch. And again, we were talking about production value and value to the brand. And I think this year, if they can swing it however they want in Milan, but for me, the ultimate goal for Milan is to see them play on Tuesday or Wednesday, the Champions League. This is where my Milan belongs. This is where Milan shines. And this is where Milan separates themselves from the Juventus, the Inter, the Roma, the Lazio, who have, besides Juventus winning 9 Scudettos in a row, everybody else has been a failure as well. And they've been a failure because they were not able to dethrone Juventus when one of their main challengers, Milan, is and still is. And I still believe that they are at one of their lowest points, right? Hopefully going up, but at one of their lowest points. So for me, the season is a failure.
Who is speaking? Who is taking the hand?
I'll go Sabrina. Well,
okay, go. No, I'll be quick. I agree. It's a failure.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a failure because our objective at the beginning of the season wasn't win the Scudetto. It was qualify for the Champions League. And no disrespect to Lazio, no disrespect to Atalanta because they earn where they are. But for a club with our history, to be out of the Champions League for as long as we have and losing out not to an Inter or Juventus, but losing out those positions to an Atalanta or an Lazio is completely unacceptable. And it's a direct product with what's going on off the field. We have been like a circus off the pitch, and this Rangnick thing and the news breaking during one of our matches when we're trying to catch up to 5th place, it's unacceptable to watch. And, you know, the Milan app has been great to watch the pregame press conferences and everything. To see that poor man Pioli have to sit and answer the questions of, well, what, but you know, Ragnick's coming. What about this? How do you feel about this? Imagine trying to do your job and your peers are asking you, you know, you're going to get fired. How do you feel about that? It can't happen at a club like ours.
No, and I agree with the Atalanta stuff. You know, everybody knows Atalanta is not my favorite team. To see them play, I'm all for the United in Italy and all they've gone through. But to see Atalanta play Champions League matches in San Siro, another blue and black jersey playing in there, for me, that was something crushing. And anyways, I won't even go. I'm going to get too angry. Nick?
Yeah, I'd agree. It's a failure. Just coming into the season, we all wanted Champions League. Last year, we were 1 point away. I could say, like most Milan fans, like every year, we're pretty excited. We need to get back to Champions League. So, yeah, I'm pretty straight to the point. But, you know, we do need the Champions League because it's like other football fans I interact with here that don't watch Serie or, you know, just are a football fan. Like they're like, oh, you're a Milan fan? I'm like, yeah. They think we're like a ghost or something because we haven't been in the Champions League. Like, it's in our DNA. Like, that's what we need, and that needs to be the goal for next year, pretty much. But can I share my ticket story real quick? Yeah. Because I went to the Fiorentina-Milan game last September, and I thought it was cool that they had the online ticket sales. But so I started doing it in English. Paid with my U.S. credit card, didn't work. Had to go to the Italian page, didn't work. I contacted the club. They said, they told me to do the Italian page. And then just like Steve said at the top of the podcast, I had to use my Canadian credit card because I'm originally from Canada. I had to use my Canadian credit card to pay for a ticket. Yeah, that's just got to improve. I just thought I'd share that real quick. I don't think I told anybody that before.
Yeah.
Well, there are so many things to fix. Like talking about what's going on at AC Milan and the field as well. I agree. We cannot consider like successful because it's the mediocrity that I always kick away. You know, when I speak with AC Milan fans, they say, "Oh, but you like to criticize the AC Milan because blah blah blah." No, it's not that I don't like. I like or I don't like. It's painful for me to do it with the team that I love. But as the manager and the people that works in AC Milan knows, they have to accept me for what I am. Because when I clap them, I seriously do, not because they suggest me to do, but because they do something good. If they do something that is not good, I don't judge them because they're bad. I just invite them like to improve and to make it better. And one of the problem of the field is being like that we didn't give time to no one since the last years, managers, coaches, players on the field, to have like 1, 2, 3 years in a row in order to create like the project, to build it, to wait for the fruits. You know, if you put the seed inside under the ground, you cannot you pretend to have like the fruit the first season. You need to wait that the tree grows, and after you have the fruit. We see with Çalhanoğlu, we see with the Kessie, that basically most of the people and the supporters, they wanted to kick them out last years and the year before, the season before as well. and now they're like basically the columns to create like the new project and everything. In the same time, for the managers, I need, and the AC Milan needs to have continuity on the manager. That's why I got the positive news, even if it surprised me a lot, about no Rangnick coming, because I said, okay, I was like sad when I was talking about Rangnick, because I was excited for the new project in order like to have someone like a boss that was deciding for everything, you know, because this is the problem of AC Milan. The 5 floors in the Casa Milan with different brains, with different like ways, direction. So doesn't work in that way. Doesn't work. Now with the Rangnick first, and now with the confirmation of this management, I hope that Maldini, about choosing the players, has more chance to don't be judged from like algorithm of whatever the scouting team, you know. And if wants to buy a player, let's let him like play and take it. After you judge after 3 years, because now if you check what Maldini did is positive, and I was the first to say Maldini, yes, big flat, amazing player, good memories, I love you, but you don't have skills to be a manager, you know, to be director. But now, in front of Benacer, in front of Teo Hernandez, in front of Kier, in front of the choosing of Pioli after Giampaolo, in front of Salmakers, the same, you know.
Bringing Ibrahimovic.
After bringing Ibrahimovic and wanting Ibrahimovic the season before, like with Gattuso, that was reaching, for sure, was giving us 1 point more. The 1 point more to get to the Champions League, to change the 50 millions of of revenue that could get also Gazidis and make it happy as well. Okay, I want the Gazidis take the calculator, that is good for that, but doesn't speak about players. I want Maldini as the same power that they wanted to give to Rangnick. Because the only one thing about Rangnick, I didn't know even who was before I saw. When they said me Rangnick, I thought that was the brother of Paperinik and Walt Disney Story. I didn't even know who was, you know, like we did this name. It was like a superhero. But anyway, I check it, and I understood that they wanted to give like the power, total power. And this is what we need. Someone that can decide and after be judged at the end of the street. Not before, not during, not changing mind during the season, but at the end. You judge, you see the score, you say, okay, you worked good. The value of the player that you bought are like now double, 3 times more or less, half, whatever. I judge you for that, not because of fighting like, I don't know, a soap opera, a Brazilian soap opera. No. Basta, stop.
Or Italian soap opera.
No, but the Argentinian and the Brazilian are the best one.
Yeah, but there's too many naked parts there. We can't talk about that. There's too many light porn scenes there.
It's a family film.
If we could quickly, because I know a lot of people have to wrap up there, it will go through everybody and just tell us, you know, again, Dave, I know you have to tell us failure or success. I know you're going to say failure because I love you like a brother. So if we go with Fran Gacic from New York, explain.
What, just the failure and why?
Failure.
About soap opera. No, I'm just kidding.
Failure, success, and a bit about Milan Club New York so you can wrap it up.
Oh, sure. I view it as a failure. For me, as a teacher, I try to tell my students, you should be shooting for mastery. You should not be shooting for just pass-fail. You know, you should be shooting for your absolute best and what I consider your absolute best. And for Milan, mastery is getting back to the Champions League. And so for me, that's where we need to be. I think we can all agree on that as either longtime Milan fans or a Milan fan from 1 year. As far as our club, we are the Milan Club New York City. As of right now, we do not have a place to watch games because it is still closed because of COVID. But if and when it reopens, you can catch us at the Football Factory, which is on 33rd Street, right across the street from the Empire State Building. Catch us on social media, AC Milan NYC across all social media platforms. And thanks for having us.
Dave.
All right. So what I'm going to say, I agree with everything everybody said about a failure, but I will say this, just because I want to end on a positive here. What we're seeing right now is Milan playing the kind of football that I want to see them continue to play next year, and I want to see them continue to improve. So I think after COVID, it's been really amazing to watch. Like at first, I was a surprise, and then you realize like something's really clicked, and so I'm excited to see what next season brings. I hope Ibra stays on. I hope Donnarumma continues to do well with us because he's been so good for us since the very beginning. And I just hope that they build from that. So let's hope Çalhanoğlu continues his hot streak into next season, and everybody else, Kessie and everyone else, follows along. So we are Milan Club Philly in Philadelphia. Like Franco, we aren't meeting right now because of COVID, but we do get together at Gran Café L'Aquila, and you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Milan Club Philly. If you're ever in the U.S., in Philadelphia, anywhere between New York and Washington, D.C., reach out, come hang out with us. We'll have a great time, and we really enjoy meeting people from around the world. And I do want to say that I have met everybody on today's panel, including Arjun and Alessandro. No, I didn't meet Sabrina. I take it back. I met everybody but Sabrina in person. So
I have.
That's my claim to fame.
Amazing. Sabrina.
She's shocked.
Sabrina's cool.
She said, "Oh, he wants to meet me. Like, let me escape." she left. She left. Oh my God.
Sabrina did tell me that she was running out a bit there, so I'll speak for Sabrina and our brothers at Milan Club Toronto. So Sabrina's part of Milan Club Toronto. They can be you can reach them at Twitter at Milan Club TO. Fantastic group. They do get together. I don't know 100% if they're getting together now, but fantastic people. Great group of guys. I've not had the chance. It's pretty embarrassing. I haven't had the chance to watch a game with them, and we're right here. We're neighbors, but I would love to do that very, very soon when possible. So Milan Club Toronto, great guys in the 416 area code. Nick.
Yep. So we're Milan Club Boston. We watch games at Café dello Sport in Boston. It's in the North End. It's a really nice little Italian community. That's what it's popular for. You could follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Milan Club Boston. And thanks so much for having me on, Alessandro, and everyone else. It's been a pleasure.
Guys, and me, I'm Stevie P. I'm from Milan Club Montreal. I'm the vice president. You can follow us at ACM Club MTL for Milan Club Montreal. Guys, we do get together, and I'm happy to announce that we are getting together this Saturday for the final game against Cagliari to wrap up the season at Ciociaro Sports Bar. David has had the great pleasure of having a panini from Ciociaro Sports Bar. They always welcome us. We follow all the COVID measures. We social distance. We drink. We have coffee. We eat. As you can see from my physical structure, I eat. And guys, please, for all my Italian cousins, I'll even say it in Italian, guys. Thank you very much, Alessandro, for what you do in Italian and giving us this platform here in English. But guys, I do with my partner Vinny Tavernese. We do a podcast every Monday, and sometimes in the week it's called Milan Weekly Podcast. You could follow us at Milan Weekly Pod. Guys, we try to bring this love of culture of Milan in multiple languages, and we do it here in English, and we try to have everybody and spread the word as much as we can, right? Like Alessandro, we're on the YouTube machine, we're on Twitter, so follow our channel, follow his channel if you're English and you're seeing Alessandro for the first time. If you're Italian, siete italiani, per favore facete un click, un subscribe e metti quelle notifications, fai il piccolo vibration dentro la sacchetta vicino il e guardate i video, ok?
You're great, guys.
Steve. Our dialects are almost identical.
Thanks God, thanks God, Sabrina left.
Nella saccoccia.
Nella saccoccia.
Thanks God, Sabrina left already. No, that's like I'm just like thanking you, like because it's been like 1 hour and a half, like so quick, and like it's been a pleasure. You know that is since a long time that I wanted to do this. We do like weekly with Radio Rossonera since so far and everything, but I really trust that with the YouTube, when I approach to YouTube, is to put the face on the screen, because we are beautiful. Whatever, if you are not the top model, but AC Milan's fan are beautiful. I met a kid was 5 years old, 6 years old in a Milan club during a party of a Milan club that where they invite me, and he was playing in this square with other kids with the Juventus jersey and the Inter jersey. So they were running. After the father brought him to me, and I asked him but why your friends are from Juventus and from Inter? I did a question, a hard question, and I thought that he was answering me because my father's punish me if I don't put the AC Milan jersey. He answered me because me being Milanista is beautiful.
That's beautiful.
So he touched me something to me, that I'm 46 years old and I love AC Milan a lot, but he touched me something, because it's a great fortune to be part of this world, and it's amazing to talk to you, that we are in the same screen, but from all over the world, in the north of America, and here me and the south of Italy. So this is the first step that I would like to continue with you, talking about imports and focus subject in order to fix problem. Thanks God, also to share the happiness of these wins that we are not used anymore. So it's kind of a making us feeling us like a drunk, because 11 good results, one after the other one, is an amazing stuff. But I wanted to start the new season keeping with this project and keeping meeting you on screen, and I hope one day soon to see you and to drink a beer, as we have done with Franco in the 8 years ago, in front of Duomo, in front of San Siro, in front of Casa Milan, and talking about AC Milan, because it's the most beautiful things in the world.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. I appreciate your presence here, and now I send the intro again to close the show. But talk to you soon. Keep in touch, and whatever you need,
Milan.
I'm here for you. Okay.
Forza
Ciao,
Milan.
guys.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao.
Ciao.